If you look at your paycheck and see deductions for payroll taxes, you'd logically expect the benefits of a full-time employee. But if you're footing that tax bill while operating without basic safety nets like unemployment or workers' comp, you're caught in the middle of a very specific legal gray area. That gray area has a name. It is the statutory employee classification. It's a deliberate category created decades ago for workers who look like independent contractors on paper, but who the law steps in and treats like employees for specific tax purposes only. We are going to figure out exactly where you stand. In the next 5 minutes, we'll run through a step-by-step work classification self-audit to verify your true legal status. To do this accurately, you need the actual paperwork in front of you. Pause this video and gather 2 things: your most recent pay stub and your current work contract. Taking the time to cross-check these documents right now is the only definitive way to catch missing tax payments before they turn into underpayment penalties, and to ensure you aren't leaving legal workplace rights on the table. Step 1 is the category check. The IRS does not apply the statutory employee label to just any freelancer or platform gig worker. The law reserves this status for a very narrow set of professions. Specifically, it targets 4 roles: life insurance agents, full-time traveling salespeople, home-based workers, and certain drivers delivering goods for a single employer. If your daily work sits outside these categories, this tax label doesn't apply, regardless of what a contract says. If you do operate in one of those fields, we move to Step 2, the pay stub test. Look directly at the deductions section of your statement. This mock pay stub shows exactly what to look for. First, confirm whether Social Security and Medicare taxes are currently withheld from your pay. Next, check the federal income tax line. For statutory employees, that line is blank. They do not withhold federal income tax. That exact split, paying mandatory payroll taxes out of your check, but leaving federal income tax untouched, is the definitive financial fingerprint of a statutory employee. Step 3 is the control assessment. This is where we look past the paperwork. Enforcement agencies frequently warn against labeling without alignment. If your contract states you are an independent contractor, but your daily working conditions prove otherwise, the real-world operations override the title. To test this, we'll use a 5-question checklist. Answer whether power lies with me or them. Who sets your schedule? Who dictates pricing? Who owns the tools? Can you refuse tasks without consequence? Do you perform the exact same role as salaried W-2 employees? If the majority of your answers point to them, the employer exercises enough day-to-day control that your classification deserves intense scrutiny. When the company dictates the conditions, the law leans toward employment, regardless of the contract. Step 4 is the benefits review. Now that we know who controls the work, we need to audit the safety nets attached to it. Look closely at your arrangement. Do you receive access to standard legal protections like unemployment insurance, workers' compensation, or an employer-sponsored health plan? This chart illustrates the core tension. On the left, W-2 employees share tax burdens and receive full benefits. On the right, independent contractors handle all taxes with 0 benefits. In the middle, statutory employees mirror employee tax obligations, but receive the 0 protection state of contractors. This deliberate mismatch quietly shifts the operational and financial risk entirely off the organization's ledger and drops it squarely onto you. By finishing this self-audit, you now have the hard data. You know your precise tax status, and you've mapped out exactly how much operational control your employer holds. If your audit suggests you are misclassified, your immediate next move is documentation. Start keeping a detailed daily log tracking exactly who dictates your schedule and provides your tools. Before you file your upcoming taxes, consult the official guidelines from the IRS and the Department of Labor to cross-reference the control data you just collected. You also need to calculate your current quarter's estimated tax needs. Because federal income tax isn't being withheld automatically, budgeting for those payments right now prevents triggering underpayment penalties or suddenly altering your eligibility for public assistance. Your working conditions dictate your obligations. Understanding these rules early is the only way to secure your paycheck and demand the protections you earn.